After Henry got hurt, microphone. Hi, microphone.
We're going to need to hurry.
All right, we're going to start this episode out with
Here.
a little Magic Mind. I
Magic
got you
Mind.
one. I got
Okay.
you one, Dennis.
Clarity, sharpness. This stuff
God
has,
knows I need
I
it.
don't know if you know, it's just got ashwagandha in it.
Yeah.
Makes your business a little bit bigger.
There you go.
According to Mark. Also, it's got lion's mane mushrooms
You're
in
talking
it.
about that guy
Wait,
that
did you-
showered for years with him. I think he's fine. Hey, let go put you over for that.
It's got a little lion's mane mushrooms in it. And
Yeah, I'm a big fan of.
Mushrooms.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. But yes, the rise and all that I take. I mean, mushrooms or lion's mane is like one of the best things for your brain.
Yeah.
You can take.
So, Taker, you've been doing this. Taker.
I have been taking
How
it.
do you like it? How's it working for you?
I like it. I like that clarity, that fog, that mental fog
That I enjoy.
that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy too, but like
Yeah.
when I need to like start my day off and be, get something accomplished, Magic Mind, brother. This
Yeah.
is
Mine.
It actually tastes good.
it does taste good.
That's what, 2 ounces or something like that. It's not a lot, but
It's enough.
it's enough. Gives you that throughout the entire day, that steadiness,
Yep.
and that's what I like about it. But it definitely, for me, where I'm having to sit in an office most days, I take one of these.
Nerd.
It gets the job done.
Just a quick, in case they're looking for ideas, maybe throw a little ayahuasca in it. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe we'll call them and
There you go.
tell them.
Are we doing this, or are we just
yeah,
looking
Dennis,
at it?
go ahead and try it. See what you think.
He drank it. He drank it.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, no, really, yeah.
Now we're going to see.
Wow, everything is so clear right now.
Now we're going to see how you behave on this episode. Here, I'll take your empty for you.
Hey,
How about
thanks,
that?
brother.
Yeah. But no, Magic Mind is going to get us through this episode. And if our fans want, they can go over to Magic Mind's website, use the promo code Undertaker20 to be able to get 20%
Undertaker
off.
20. Is that on the interweb?
Yes, it's on the interweb.
The
It is on
interweb.
the interweb. So now
First
that I've got
off-
my Magic Mind in me,
You got it in you? Everybody's clear?
and I'm clear.
How you feeling, man?
Good. Yeah, no, dude. They.
You had, wait, let me
go
back
ahead.
up. You've had, over the last couple of
2
years, you've
put through the ringer.
You
yeah.
have been in the hospital
Yeah.
more than you have probably
Yeah,
not been.
Yeah, I have no toes on this foot. They cut the half off, and I went to the One Dead Man show in Clearwater, and it was awesome getting up on stage and having you make fun of me in front of everybody. But yeah, so that, and then the stomach thing they said was just a bowel obstruction, which you were right all those years. Remember when every 6 months I would get like violently and they couldn't figure it out? Scar tissue from something. They were going to go in and take out a little tiny piece. So they open me up and they find a gallstone that's just like jagged, that's like that big. It shredded my appendix. It tore our hernia open. It shredded the entire abdominal wall. It messed me up. I was in your blood sugar should be between 90 and 120. When I got to the hospital, I was 700. They said this dead people.
700?
700. I was in the ICU for 2 days on a insulin drip.
Wow. Did you make it?
I did not. Why do you think I'm here on the Dead Man Show?
See how you did that?
You were almost 6 feet under.
I was on.
For real.
Wow, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've
but it was.
you don't have to show me, but do you have a good?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to see it.
You don't wanna see it?
No,
Okay.
but you got a good scar from it.
I do. Yeah, it's like that long. And I have 2 belly buttons now. It's like from here to here.
It's like connect the dots.
It's not as good as Junior's, but he
Junior's
got
gotta
shot.
go.
So
yeah, that I mean, his is like a real
Simone's always trying to upstage us white people, huh?
legit. Legit.
When is the white man's chance coming, huh? Seriously.
And there goes the
And
show.
there goes the show. JK, I love everyone.
JK.
JK.
Yeah.
BRB.
If they only knew. If they only knew how.
They only knew. Yeah, I was going over stuff I was gonna.
You're not offended by sitting underneath the American flag, are you?
No, because as of the other day, I found out the American flag still works.
Wow. How did you find that out?
Oh, I don't know, 1 or 2 or 34 things.
1 or 2 or 34 things. Y'all are on the same wavelength.
I know what he's talking about here.
Yes, we are very. It's funny. All the BSK. I am the only liberal. I called.
We don't talk about politics
I know.
on the show.
Yeah, I called Henry as soon as I found out. He was like, "Yeah, I know." It's like, "Why don't you go kill a bear or something?"
He probably did.
With your AR-15. It's a hunting rifle.
Dude, when they use an AR-15, they don't use a full magazine.
Automatically, yeah.
And it's not fully automatic, and it's not a full mag. There's 4 rounds in it.
So basically, it's like a rifle, but it's a cooler looking rifle is what you're telling me, like a 30-06 or something, but cooler looking.
Yeah, but even those kind of rifles have like little bullet boxes in them that hold like 4 rounds.
They do. I know. Well, I mean, hey, no, I am not going to be a hypocrite. You know how many guns I used to have, and then you send yours over to me after the first one. You were like, keep these. I don't think we need these in the house during this situation.
Anyway, might we digress a little bit? I'm going to have to go ahead and hit this early.
Can I open up with a question here that maybe will steer this into a direction of potentially wrestling?
Wow,
or
this is
something
fantastic.
Like
what is this?
Happy Dad.
Happy Dad.
Yeah.
Dude,
all right.
I'm gonna have to move from my Rolling Rocks to my Happy Dad.
So, when did this happen? How did this happen?
I don't know how this happened.
Like,
I was willed to him, and he got it with like a box with like old papers and everything, and then I was in there, and he just had to take care of me. No, I could tell you the first time. I think he says he thinks that we met when I was bouncing at Odyssey and Mons. But I remember the first time.
I didn't know you bounced. Hold on, you bounced at Odyssey and Mons Venus.
Time, dude.
Well, they're across the street from each other.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Oh, dude, this is the greatest story. I'm 19. I just got my shoulder trashed. I came back from college. And couldn't play football anymore. So I was working at this place called Mako's, and they're like, "Hey, there are these 2 guys in the bathroom, in front of the women's bathroom, bothering the people and everything." So I went over and asked them to leave. They said, yeah, whatever. So I waited a few minutes. I went back. I said, "Guys, you really got to leave." They go, "We'll leave when we're ready." I go, "Well, you really need to leave right now." And so I grabbed one of them, and the other one jumped on my back and pushed it. Turns out it was the starting center for the Bucks and the running back, Lars Tate and Dan Turk. And I had one on my back as I was pushing the other one out the door. And it made the news, and then I went to, school, and I was like, "Dude, I got into a fight with the Bucks." And all my friends were like, "Yeah, right." And then the news came on that night, and then Odyssey and Mons and everybody were like, "Hey, can we rent you out?" And I was like, "Hell yeah. I got the fanny pack."
All right, so that's where we met.
Oh, so, no. Yeah, but I think we met... I was WCW. You were your first, I think 91 or 92 up in the Fed, and I met you outside of whatever that hotel was at the Bob Evans in Detroit. Because I was like, "Hey, dude, you want to get high?" And you were like, "Well, we can't do anything right now." And I think that was the first time. And then I met you with Brian before I started up with Henry, I think, but I don't know. My mind's so clear right now, thanks to whatever you would think I would remember it.
Yeah. No, it was at Mons.
Was it Mons?
It was at Mons. Okay.
I know. Yeah. You were the best tipper I ever had.
Yes.
Best tipper.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Coming to the main stage.
Coming to the main stage. Dennis Knight.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up on the main stage, 6'7", 310 pounds. Of love.
How do you go from Mons Venus bouncing the door to becoming a professional wrestler?
When I was bouncing, this guy, Jungle Jim Steele, who didn't really do much, was going to Steve Kern's wrestling school and asked if I wanted to follow. And I was like, Dude, I grew up. I mean, my grandmother got thrown out of Fort Homer House Shirley Armory for going after Tojo and Saito, you know, in the aisle. So I've been around wrestling, you know, me and the night Dusty won the belt when we were babies against Harley. Me and my brother after the show climbed underneath the chairs and took the program and put it in Dusty's blood on the floor, and we still have it. And I had him sign it and everything. Yeah. So wrestling.
Wait a minute. You have a program
from 79, 8
with Dusty's blood.
Dusty's blood.
And then you saved it.
Saved it.
And then later on, when you met Dusty,
yes,
you had him sign it.
Yes. So all we need is a ovum, and we can grow our own Dusty. I have the DNA.
You have Dusty's DNA.
We can make a better one. I don't think you can make it.
I don't think he's gonna make a better one.
He's my all-time favorite wrestler.
Yeah. Do you know who his is?
Yes, I do.
Who?
Ric Flair.
Wow. He watches the show.
I try. I'm the nicest guy in the world. I get along with everybody. He's just rubbed me the wrong way so many times. So, like when I was in WCW at 19, he was a dick, and he continued to be a dick. You just saw the video at the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the ring. In the ring, I love what he did.
In the ring, he's number 3. Yes.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going Shawn Michaels, Ricky Steamboat, and then Ric Flair. Are you?
Yeah. I have a big argument about that.
Tell me.
Kidding me?
Who do you think? Flair's
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, those are all pretty fair hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first.
And got to work with all of them. And so did you work with Steamboat?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he the best?
Smooth as silk.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't people put him on the Mount Rushmore more?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah. No, I think it was just. I mean, he was an excellent worker, but he just never got to that level that Flair did. I mean, he could work. I mean, his work was.
And don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Ric Flair's ability and wrestling and everything, phenomenal. But
he's going to light me up, right?
Yeah.
He's going to light me up.
This is funny. You can beat. I mean, I beat the crap out of each other, all that stuff and everything. The only thing he does not like is chops. And I think I remember when you had that match with Blair, you went up to him and you were like, "You got 3."
I did.
You told him you got 3.
You got 3.
You got 3 chops.
Yeah.
I ended up letting him have more, but it was just setting the tone.
Because you were scared of him.
Huh?
Because you were scared of him.
I was scared of him?
Scared of Flair, yeah.
Scared of the
Flair.
Flair.
And Coco. Dude, I can only apologize so much. Seriously, come on.
That's been a topic of I didn't all these years with the Coco thing. I never thought that I really Tombstone. I didn't hurt him that bad, obviously, but the Tombstone did look a little uglier than I remember.
Yeah, it was ugly because you had one arm. I'll tell you the most painful move I've ever taken in my life. The Sundome did a run-in as a bad guy against you and your Tombstone. But this was all my fault because I love him so much. I wanted it to look phenomenal. So instead of hugging him, I just let my arms go. So when he tombstoned me, I went right down on my thing. He was like, "You okay?" I'm like, "That was awesome." And I was like, "Oh,
I have so many questions here now.
So many questions.
Just go ahead, man.
Throw them out.
Okay.
Throw them out. Watch out for the birds, though.
All right, we're gonna try to stay. You're seeing things now. All right. You go from.
So here we go.
You're very cold, by the way.
I am.
All right. You go from bouncing at Odyssey and Mons Venus.
Didn't we try this once already?
Which I've heard.
Okay.
I've heard of those places. I've never been to them. You go from there to WCW.
No, I went in Florida. Luckily, in 88, 89, Florida Championship Wrestling was an actual territory.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 19 years old, and I'm in the locker room with Dusty Rhodes, Steve Kern, Mike Graham, Blackjack Mulligan, Dick Slater. It was.
I bet they kicked the shit out of you.
Oh my God.
No, do you know who did? And this got me over so much. The Nasty Boys, notorious bullies and everything. They beat the crap out of me for so long. And then the first singles match I had with Slater, I went out there with him and I fought him, and he came back and he was like, "Thank you for fighting me." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, people get scared with me in there and then I have to eat them up." I was like, "I just thought you were supposed to get you and Brody. I just thought you were supposed to get your ass kicked, for years." So the Nasty Boys, through their bulliness,
they killed
kind
you.
of made me, tougher. Like then I went to Japan because Tarzan Goto would kick me in the head so hard that it left his shoe prints on my forehead, and he thought that was hilarious. So he brought me over for FMW when it started. And at that time, it was like Onita and that. It was semi-wrestling, and then there was shoot guys. So they put this 19-year-old, right out of college kid in with Olympic Sambo champion, speaks no English. Got in there, tried to do some stuff, didn't do it, and then he just starts chucking me. I'm like, all right, I got to do something. So I rolled out of the ring, and I was selling a little bit, and he came. I grabbed a chair. I beat the shit. I kept hitting him with the chair until they disqualified the match. And then I got in the back. I'm like, all right, I'm either going home or getting my ass kicked. He comes back bloody. He was like, "Oh, that was so good. Thank you so much." Was that racist that I did the voice?
The voice?
Yeah.
It was a semi-racist accent.
Yeah. So, that. And then I did Memphis I was Leatherface and Tex. And then WCW, Dusty got me dark match and hired me and Henry. Shanghai Pierce, Tex and Shanghai. And then Shanghai went up a year before me. I went to Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to Japan and Puerto Rico. That's where I met MVP. And then they brought me right back up. So
when did y'all, was Memphis when you guys?
No, I didn't meet him until, after I met him in a bar.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see him again until he came up as Phineas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
and the first night I'm there, it was the Rumble, and I'm in the locker room, and it was Mabel did that sit out on Henry and hurt Henry really bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the locker room, and you are going friggin' off on Mabel. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, that was not a good night for Mabel.
No? Or great. I love the story about the man. I was like, he said, "We're bringing Mabel in." I'm like, "Why the are we bringing Mabel in?" He goes, "So we don't have to work with him." I went, "You're a genius, dude."
That's why I run the show. But and battle royal situations like the Rumble is.
Yeah.
You don't do things like that. You don't
shoot them off the rope.
You don't shoot people off.
Yeah.
That was what was so funny about the Owen rib in the battle royal.
Yeah.
He would shoot somebody off and then just leave, and then somebody comes off. The battle royals. Rumbles,
especially like overseas battle royals,
they're clusters. They're overseas. Back in the day,
do you remember
it was
the
just
daisy chain?
It was no, I don't. I don't remember it that at all. But it was an excuse for ha. Yeah, silliness but. You just don't shoot people off, and you don't splash, and you don't do things like that. Now in a Rumble, when it gets down to 2 or 3, that's a whole different. It turns into more of a traditional match.
No, none of my battle royals or Rumbles ever
got that far.
So you end up getting to WWF, WWE,
yes.
And you go there with the intention of you and Henry Godwin are going to form this tag team, right?
When I was in Memphis, Lawler pulled me in into one of the little offices and said tomorrow they're flying you up and they're gonna bring you up with your partner. You need to go buy overalls and that, and then I went, and then it was Rumble, and then the next day we made our debut on Raw, and the rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history. The Godwins were born.
The Godwins were born.
I mean, I came into, like, if you want to talk BSK.
Who put your card on the table? That's still a mystery to me.
I came in with kind of a leg up because Henry was already, hanging with him and everything. But Yoko sponsored me. It was and at that time, and he knows, back then I drank a little bit. Yeah, and it was like I had the only real initiation into BSK. Remember, we were in that little town in the middle of nowhere, Junior, Savio, everybody, and they were like, "You got to drink this whole bottle of Jack." I'm like, "Oh no, a whole bottle of Jack."
When he's usually drinking Wild Turkey.
I just had the Traveler, Chris Stapleton's new bourbon, not bad, cheap, yeah. Yeah.
Those are two good things, right? Good and cheap.
Good and cheap. Right. Go a long way.
Yeah, go a long ways for you. Yeah. So you come up, you and Henry, y'all start the Godwins, all right? Mm-hmm. Henry's already running with you, and he's already part of BSK, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So was Yoko just a bad decision maker to make this happen? But did he just have a bad judgment?
Horrible.
He had horrible judgment.
Horrible.
See, this is what happens when you get by yourself and you've had too much to drink, and then somebody comes on and is nice. And then, he's like, well, he's friends with Mark. He's got to be okay, right?
He's got to be a good guy.
Little did Yoke know.
Yeah.
All the baggage that was going to be.
But it's fun baggage. I mean.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
wrecking
fun.
your motorcycle.
So,
yes.
Did you take my advice?
Take your advice?
Yeah.
On what?
The thing.
Oh.
The thing.
The thing.
The thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Chew is part of my daily vitamins.
Daily?
Hey, man.
Good on you, mate.
It's just it's one of those things,
So the flag, is it full mast?
Oh, it's part of my supplement regiment at this point.
What else are you taking?
Flintstone vitamins and Blue Chew. That's essentially it.
It's a good mix.
Barbecue.
And barbecue.
Yep. Those things together have reignited my marriage and has taken our 22-year marriage now to new heights.
New heights.
Oh, yes.
See, I don't steer you wrong, brother.
Brother, let me tell you something. I'm listening to your advice moving forward.
Brother, it's the real deal, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like steroids for your wiener. But legal.
Hey, man, I'm taking my Blue Chew and saying my prayers, if you know what I mean.
I see what you did there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on, hit me with one.
Oh.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. When you get the Blue Chew in you,
you just chew it and do it.
Just chew it and do it.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Easy now.
Take your Blue Chew and say your prayers.
Yeah. Like, good, man. You're married. You don't have to say your prayers. Like, hopefully, yeah, it's chew it and do
hopefully
it.
Hopefully I don't have to take any other medication after this.
No, man.
But no, Blue Chew is an absolutely great product. And, it's something that, hey, if you just want a little boost in the bedroom.
I'm telling you, steroids for the wiener.
Can
I say that?
I think that should be the new Blue Chew slogan.
Steroids
for your wiener.
Makes it hard, and vascular, and that's too much. That might have been too much.
Is Blue Chew considered a performance-enhancing drug?
I would think so. I would think it is.
But
is it? But it's not. I don't think it's banned on the USADA.
It shouldn't be.
No,
it should be encouraged.
It should be encouraged, right?
Relieve some stress, bring some happiness to some folks. That's exactly what you want.
See, it's multiple. It serves multiple purposes.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell our people a little bit more about Blue Chew and how they can get some at a discount?
The discount.
That's the key part.
Chew it and do it. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets.
It's just easier.
It is. It's just easy. You just put it in there, you chew it, you do it. I'm just saying. Chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost. You can take them any day, anytime, or night. Ooh. So you can plan ahead. You know, you want to have date night, you know how to finish it off with the dessert. You know what I'm saying? You can plan ahead
with breakfast.
Or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. The process is simple. You sign up at bluechew.com. You consult with one of the online licensed medical providers. This is no gimmick. This is the real deal.
This isn't gas station boner pills.
No, absolutely. But, you know, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online, brother.
Discreet.
So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in a line at a pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, very important to us, and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package.
Just like mine.
Just very discreet. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex.
Yes.
We all want it.
We all want
it.
We all want it. Bad sex is for the birds.
It is overrated. Discover your options at bluechew.com. Here we go, baby. Chew it and do it. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code 6feet at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code 6feet to receive your first month free.
Best price ever.
Free is good. That's a damn good price.
Great price.
Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring 6 Feet Under, the podcast, the end-all podcast.
He's just sitting up there laughing, you know. Yeah. Look at Taker having to deal with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, then in Tennessee.
Trying to wake you up and get you.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I could have been a casualty story, but I always had Henry and him to, you know, I don't want to say, you know, pull the rein back on me. More so, I knew what would happen, and I've seen it a million times. I might be the only grown adult wrestler who has seen the look that he gives his children when he's very mad at him. Yeah. Yeah, he told the story about in when I came up for his One Dead Man show, his gorgeous 4-story house in Tierra Verde. He said, "Do you want to tell that story?"
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go, this.
So he
beautiful.
I would love to hear your version because I've heard
this is my version.
The Undertaker's version of this story.
So they made white chicken chili. That was the dinner. And I believe I had a friend who had, it wasn't mushrooms back then. It was dragonflies, little droppers. Anyway, so blah, 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 blah. And so.
No, you can't do the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We need the blah, blah, blah.
Yada, yada. Yeah, so drops.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, I got golf in the morning. I'm going to bed.
You don't. You're cutting all the details.
You're cutting all the details.
You're cutting out all the vodka.
No. Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
the vodka, the natural born killers, leaving or Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
So y'all are watching all these movies, drinking vodka, and you are tripping out.
Yeah.
Okay. In a 4-story beautiful home that
gorgeous home
the Undertaker has fought
so
very hard
graciously allowed me into. And he's like, all right, I got golf in the morning. I'm going to bed. I'm like, okay. 3 hours later, he hears this noise. He comes downstairs to find me hand planted on his giant TV, and I had just thrown up chicken chili everywhere. Everywhere. I'm sure like 2 weeks later, he was sitting in the couch going, what the, look at the roof. Yeah. But That tells you the friend, that he didn't kill me.
Oh,
He
wait,
just-
you are really
It skips over a lot of things. There's fingerprints on my walls where it looked like helter skelter in chicken chili throw up.
Yeah.
So you've come from your bedroom.
I've come
You're
up
hearing
from
this
way up.
noise.
I hear nothing but static. And I come down and I see him. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to fix the TV, but he's unconscious for other than the ability to hold himself up.
Yes, I was functionally unconscious, I like to say.
And when it took me a second to realize that there was puke everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I had nice leather couches.
It was nice.
and so I finally get the volume down, and that's when when the volume, and now I can start to think, because it's like 6 a.m, 5:30 in the morning, and then I start looking around, and it's like his guts have exploded in my house, and now I'm looking around my house, and there's handprints on the wall where he was trying to hold himself up and then just slid.
I was filming a horror movie. I just didn't want to tell him.
I remember telling him, I said,
he was. This is what a great friend he is. He took me to bed, laid me down very gently, and said, "I'm going. If this isn't cleaned up by the time I get back, I'm gonna kill you." That was the first time I ruined one of his things.
Now you go and play golf.
I play golf. Yes.
3-4 hours, 5 hours maybe at the most. You come back. What's the condition?
Oh, I think so.
It was clean.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
And you cleaned it up?
Yeah, of course I did.
How long did it take you to recover from the
I have
situation?
no idea. I was still tripping my balls off, dude. I don't know. Maybe the elves helped me.
somebody helped you.
Yeah.
The elves.
The elves helped me.
Walls were clean.
Yeah.
Couches were clean.
Yeah.
There was
The elves
still
are
that
good.
tinge of smell.
I can imagine. It's probably in the creases of your couches.
Oh,
probably all the way to the day that you got rid
I
of
don't
those
think I
couches.
threw up on the couch. I think it was more the carpet and the floor.
You
Did I?
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah.
You didn't miss anything.
Like
You
Yoda
had
standing in a laboratory toilet. He goes, "Well, I missed the toilet, but I got the mirror."
I missed the toilet. That's such a great.
Bathroom, yeah, you would have to stand next to him. That was my favorite line ever.
Yeah, you got everything.
This is good. There was throw up everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you invited this man back to hang out with you multiple times.
Yeah, several times, yeah. I'm charming as dude.
And you always
I do.
bring
I saw something
fun
where you
stuff.
called me a wild card, and I'm like, that pretty much sums me up.
You're definitely
like
a wild
we were
card.
saying. I am. This is what I am to him. I'm the wild raccoon in the backyard that he catches and puts in a box for a couple days, and then when he wants to have fun, he just shakes the shit out of it and throws it into something to see what happens. That's me.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And then it cost me money to fix
It's
whatever.
a very expensive raccoon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was the infamous Vegas One Dead Man show.
Oh my God.
You were there, you were a witness to it, and what was funny, and I don't know if you know this part, but I get a text from him, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to take care of Godfather and
Oh
and
yeah,
Dennis."
nobody could get back. They had to go in and get my stuff, and I was like, I've been out with this man hundreds of times. I know how he can drink. I know how he can party and all that. And then there's D-Lo and Molly and everybody. Molly, who's single now, by the way.
He's got a thing for
I
Molly.
love her so much. Who are all in the back and just standing there waiting.
No. This is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
He
I didn't know
says,
that
he's
one
like,
then.
I need you to go get Dennis, get Godfather, take him to dinner.
Right.
I
He
was
goes-
I was very excited that I was playing Vegas.
Right. Of
It
course.
wasn't Thomas and Mac, I was playing Vegas. I was in.
You're Sinatra.
In my mind, I was Sinatra, and I really wanted to have it was my birthday, and I wanted to have a really good show.
Yeah.
So I call on my buddy Matt.
Yeah.
Didn't want a pregame. No pregame.
No
tonight.
pre-gaming tonight. normally we can pregame a little bit. Not tonight. I need to get I want my stories. I need everything right. Hey, take these guys to dinner, entertain them. Go ahead.
And then
we all go to dinner. And we have a phenomenal time.
Great dinner.
You've got your backpack with you.
Yeah.
And the owner of Nine Line was there, and I think you guys had some good times together as well.
What does my backpack have to do with it? Did I have
That's what you got in it, probably.
Oh, probably.
We get in the Uber. Okay, we order like a black car, like GMC Yukon Uber or whatever.
Yeah, I have money.
I don't think I've ever told you this. You know what he does? We're all piled in there. It's Godfather's up front. I'm in the very back. I've got
Your brother was
Tyler
with us?
here. My brother's there, and you and my brother are like right in front of us.
What a contrast.
Yes, my brother is a straight-laced guy, right? You know what this guy does? He just lights up a joint.
Wild card.
In the Uber, just lights it up. The Uber driver has not okayed this.
This is something I learned from him. It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
He just lights up a joint, starts passing the joint.
Yeah.
And the Uber driver's like, no smoking, no smoking. He's like, oh, it's not, it won't, just a couple puffs, not a big deal.
Yeah, they sent me on a meet and greet back in the Godwin days with like Al and everyone, and it was like a dare thing, and they brought me up and in front of the kids, and I'm like, I have no idea why I'm here. All I can say is just be nice to each other and don't be a bully or anything.
Don't do drugs.
The funniest thing, I tell people this all the time, the first time I ever met you was at his Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And it was the night that they unveiled the statue. Mm-hmm. I'm backstage back there, right?
You weren't in the ring with all the cool people? I'm sorry.
It's you. I think Henry's there. I think Rikishi's standing there.
Godfather's there.
Yeah, Godfather. You guys were in a circle, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all were just sharing stories and passing around your pen that you carry for autographs. And it gets to you. You draw off that pen, and at the same time, you bring your head up, and Stephanie comes walking up right to that group, and being as sweet as she is, and she's just like, "Oh, it's so good to see you guys." And you were like, "Mom, has shown up, and you've got this, and you're holding it." And Stephanie, doing what she does, is spending time with every single person in that circle, and she looks at you, and you're like,
hello. Trust me, not a surprise to Stephanie. Do you know I was the very first wrestler to ever ask her out on a date?
Oh my God.
Did you know that? You know I asked her out? She said, my dad doesn't let me date wrestlers. But yeah, no, I love Stephanie.
I didn't know this. Wait.
Yeah.
You asked.
Wait.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Hold on, let's happy dad.
This is going to require.
Because I'm clear as shit right now.
Wait. Okay. When did you ask Stephanie out on a date?
We were at a TV. I mean, we're both like 23. I mean, me, Road Dogg, we're always like 5-6 years younger than everybody else. So we were the baby. So we're like 23. We're at TV. And I'm like, oh, dude, hey, we got tomorrow off or whatever. I was like, do you want to, just casually go see a movie or something like that? And she was like, oh, I'd love to, but my dad doesn't let me date wrestlers. So I was like,
Well, he had to, be true. I mean, Triple H had to kidnap her and
I'll be honest with you though.
drug her. And,
that's a perfect. I don't know what their family like. What's with the?
I don't know what you're doing here. You're playing.
I'm trying to squish the invisible mosquitoes that keep attacking me. But they're great. They're two great people.
No hostility there, right?
With who? The guy I could beat his ass.
Who's that?
Hunter.
Oh,
I still want a job writing. Hunter. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
he's now.
He's
he's now like a road manager or a road agent?
No, he runs it.
Yeah, he really needs some help right now.
He's the Lanza. He's the new Lanza, right?
No.
No.
He's he's a little further up.
Well aware.
Up. the totem
well
pole.
aware.
So what do you think? What do you think of the product now? I got to take a break from you.
Yeah. I'm very taxing. Yes. Great and bad. I left wrestling, and the very first time I was in a ring in 20 years was at your retirement, and it was like the best times where we would get to the building, you'd go to the locker room, and Domino's or around or whatever, and I got there, and like everybody's in their buses, and nobody's really talking. I don't like that because the camaraderie was a really big thing, especially in our, for us. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, of course, my favorite wrestler is Liv. I just think she's amazing. Not love her, you know what I mean? Like a little sister love her.
I'm high on Liv too.
Yeah, Molly's a different story. But Gunther, I think is. Gunther and Drew are my two favorite. The storyline finally with Hunter running everything, the storylines are getting better. Cargill just needs to listen a little bit more, and she looks like $1 million, but I don't want to see her turn into like a warrior kind of thing, But she's got time.
Is that a plan? I don't. Is that the rumor? She's gonna.
No. That she's
going to turn into the Ultimate Warrior?
No. I just meant looks like $1 million, and never learned how to
you were
work.
using him as an example.
Yeah,
okay.
She's literally going to turn into him.
I didn't know what you were.
I checked into a hotel room in San Francisco with Warrior next to me. He pulls out his credit card, and it says Mr. Warrior. I was like, "Are you serious?" Seriously, it was like.
He changed his.
He changed his name
to. But seriously, dude, we all knew Jim. It was like we were doing these country whipping matches as the Godwins, and we laid shit in. Henry is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated workers of all time. I was a great bumper. He was a great worker. We would beat the shit out of him. We might be the only people that the Road Warriors went to the office and asked the office to ask us to calm it down a little bit,
Really?
We were hitting him too hard, yeah. And then I heard that, and I was like, Joe, what's up? He goes, yeah, what's your record? I go, record? I said, this isn't real, buddy.
What? Evidently it was. If they went to the office to say that y'all were too stiff.
So speaking of today's product and talking about the Godwins, what about the tag team division right now?
In the last 15 years, it's almost like they don't care. I hate when they have all these established tag teams, and then they'll throw like Hunter and Taker, or Hunter or Taker and Stone Cold, and give them the belts for a minute. But
they did that.
I know the reason why. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
As long as you knew the reason.
Yeah. No, it's good for business and everything like that.
Well, it's usually it's good for a way to transition into an angle.
Yeah.
With the two. That's usually why they would do that.
They don't really. It doesn't seem like they don't put the emphasis on tag teams. They never really did.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I think Paul's going to the run that Gunther had with the IC belt. Like none of those belts really meant anything until until Gunther had it, and then now it means something again.
Yeah.
And Sammy's got it now, and Sammy's
great.
Yeah.
So so we'll see what happens, and now the who's got the U.S. belt? Paul.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul still got it.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
Dude,
real quick,
no, that's fine.
Me or him?
No, you.
Okay.
You're the guest.
Thank you. Forgot he was there for a minute.
That's unusual.
Yeah. I hate YouTubers. I hated him growing up. Not growing up. I mean, I hated that. But from everything I hear, he's a very nice guy. And with the exception, there's like 3: Kurt Angle, Dustin. I've never seen anyone pick it up and do that good. His third match was against Roman for the belt. He's doing fantastic, and he's bringing a lot of eyes to the product, which is the bottom line,
right?
Because I said so. But I don't know the man, but from the people that I do know, he seems okay. Mm-hmm. Is he cool to you? Have you met with him and shit?
I've met him.
Dude, I saw a thing. Did you get Death Row chains?
Yeah. Snoop.
Like from old school, or did he have them made? I mean, are they like original Death Row chains? With like
I don't know.
Tupac's blood on them and shit?
I went on the bus. I
saw that video, yeah.
He gave me the chain.
He's awesome, isn't he? That's a great story. He came to, I think it was SummerSlam, and I don't know whose bright idea this was, but they stuck his dressing room back with like the agents and Vince's dressing room and all that. And Godfather, earlier in the day, said, hey, you want to go outside and talk about matches? And so we go out to this trailer and open the door, and there's Snoop and Be Real from Cypress Hill. And they were like, hey, white boy, roll us up one. No. So I had to roll for Snoop Dogg and all that, and it was awesome. But their weed was So anyway, we're back in the locker room. We're smoking and everything. And then I had to go do a promo or something. So I leave, and then I'm headed back to the party. And I get about halfway there, and then there's Lawler and JR standing in the hallway like, you smell that? It's like, can you believe they're doing that? I'm like, yeah, man, that's disrespectful. And then I turned around and then left.
Do you remember High Speed Freddie? Was Freddie around?
Dude, I almost wore, I got a shirt from Freddie. Yeah, I almost wore that. And the Dago, was it the Dago Chopper? It might have been from him. Yeah, Freddie was the best. Freddie was the best, but you had to quadruple wrap that to get it from California back home.
But it was good, right?
No, it was, at that time, it was the best. Yeah.
Because you had some situation with a motorcycle or something, didn't you?
With who? With Freddie?
Yeah.
Well, he built so he had some friends, and they ended up building me a bike that I rode. I think it was WrestleMania 17 against Triple H in the Astrodome. That bike that I rode down, if that's the right one.
Was that a really long entrance way too?
Yeah, but that was the bike that he built. But anyway, the bike has been built, and I'm going to go out to L.A. and do this bike run from L.A. to I think it's called Castiatic Lake, whatever. But anyway, Freddie's calling me up, kind of a couple weeks leading him to this in this bike run. He said, "Man, I can't wait for you to get here. My house is out in the valley." He goes, "Man, I want you to get here, meet the girls, see my house and everything." And I'm like, "Okay."
Were you suspicious at all? I don't know.
Well, I'm always suspicious. I'm suspicious of everything, right?
Yeah, true.
But it's just like, oh man, I can't wait for you to meet the girls, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a time period where we have a gigantic, what do they call the thing you look through to make things bigger?
Telescope.
Not a telescope.
Magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass. Thank you. Magnifying glass on us, right? Everything we do. So Freddie, I fly into L.A. Freddie picks me up. We head out to San Fernando Valley and get to. I mean, this neighborhood looks like something that Ward and June Cleaver lived in. I mean, it is just like the typical American Norman Rockwell neighborhood. And and there's a huge disconnect because you just have to know Freddie to, Freddie at this point, Freddie's already done a couple stints.
Yeah.
He's building bikes.
He's building bikes. He's done a couple stints in penitentiary, killed a man. I mean, just typical, And so we're in this neighborhood, and all the yards are manicured really nicely. We pull up in the driveway. His yard is immaculate. He says, "Come on in, man. Come on in. I can't wait to show you around." So I go in the house, and inside of the house is decorated kind of like a biker would decorate it, but it's very clean. It's neat. I'm just having this huge disconnect. Like, what is going on here? Because I'm expecting a meth lab or something.
They're working on bikes in the living room.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's complete opposite. And he says, "Come on, man, come back here. I want you to see the girls." And I'm like, oh, Freddie, come on, man. And he goes, no, come on. And I'm thinking girls, right?
Like his family.
Yeah, so he opens this door, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I'm about to open up this door to. So he opens this door, and it's just like, this light comes out of the room, and the whole bedroom floor is a hydroponic plant bed.
Hydroponic, yeah.
Yeah, he's growing pot. He's growing pot in the house, and then he takes me to another bedroom that's even bigger. And so Vince is under investigation at the time by the federal government.
And
here I am.
Yeah.
And not, your wrestlers are paranoid anyway, especially back then. And I don't know, like, I'm being followed. I don't know anything. And we just go from room to room, and the rooms get bigger and the plants get taller. And I'm like, Freddie, I have got to get out of here. I cannot be in this house. And he's telling me, like, hey, if we get tipped off, man, we can be out of here in 15 minutes. And I don't care. Okay, well, I need to be out of here.
Yeah.
I need to be out of here right now.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
And he's laughing. He's thinking it's funny. And I'm like, Fred, where's my bike?
Yeah.
He said, your bike's in the garage. It's fine. Everything's good. I said, no, we need to get to my bike. I need to get out of here. I said, I don't need to be in here right now. And he's just laughing and thinking it's the funniest thing. Dude, I would still be in prison probably if somebody had raided that house.
Just your luck at that time.
Exactly,
so
because everything was under such scrutiny. And he's just thinking it's the funniest thing ever. And he always picked me up in L.A.
Yeah.
He always picked me up in L.A. He picked me up in L.A. once in a super stretch white limousine with 30 bikers behind it. Took me to the LA Sports Arena.
Probably 2 pounds of the flowers that are there. It was remember, it was $500 an ounce back then. That was 94, 95.
It was it was early. I always remember, because I don't, that's not my deal, but I always remember the guys lined up. They were always about it, but they were always lined up to get it.
Yeah. Dude, I told you we had to like super wrap that. And you're like, how are we getting this back? Wrap.
Oh my goodness, those were the days. But man, I couldn't get out of that house quick enough, man.
I imagine
it was.
This guy hanging out with this guy, or just this guy in general, attracts the shadier. They see him, especially when he did the American Badass thing. I remember in Montreal, they loved you. The Angels and all that loved you up there.
So did you get a lot of the biker gangs and stuff reach out to you and stuff?
Well, no, when I go to clubs and stuff like that, they were always really hospitable, and and there were a couple of Angels on like road crews and stuff like that, like the guys the local hired hands that would come in and rig and set up. But when we did Toronto, I think it was when I worked Flair in Toronto. The what are the Mounties or the Royal Canadian
RCMP?
Yeah, the RMCP called WWE and wanted to know all about my background, because I had done some promos.
Yeah. The Dago Chopper shirt.
No, it was support your local 81. So they thought I was affiliated with the Hells Angels. So they wanted a rundown, and they weren't going to let me in.
Holy crap!
Yeah, they weren't going to let me into Toronto.
Yeah,
and they had to. No, it's a gimmick. It's they had to explain the whole thing. But it was. They were.
Speaking of clubs, I actually have 2 stories on that. One Canadian and one club story. I know. So anyway, me and him are making out behind the. Sorry. I'll tell you, we've been all over the world, and the toughest border security is Canada. You don't around. It's tough. So we're coming back. It's just me and him driving, coming back from somewhere in Canada, and they had pulled us over, and they went through the car and checked us out and everything like that, and brought us in the room and all that stuff, and everything was okay. And then we get back in the car, and we're driving like a couple miles down, and I reach into my sock. During this whole time, I had one. I pulled it out. He was pissed. He was like, well, you better fucking fire it up then, I guess. I went through all that shit. Yeah, I that was one of the dad looks too. But anyway, the funny story is
Dad looks.
We're coming
Daddy,
back.
did you ever call him Daddy Taker?
No.
He called me Daddy a lot.
That sounds weird.
Why are we making
That
out?
sounds weird, baby.
Daddy Taker.
We're coming back from Orlando. My cousin had these hookups at these casitas at this awesome hotel. They were like little bungalows and shit. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he knows where this is going. And so we're coming back, and I had the Dragonfly. We'll just use Dragonfly as a code word for LSD. LSD. So anyway, him and Henry take him, and then I wait. I'm driving, and I wait till we get back there and everything. So then we go to the dollhouse. Mm-hmm. We go to the dollhouse, and we're having some drinks and everything. And in the dollhouse is this guy looks right out of Central Casting for an 80s hair metal band. He's got like purple,
70.
yeah, purple, spandex and the hair and everything. And Taker goes, I bet that dude's cool. I want to hang out with him. And then time goes by, and then he finally comes over, and then Taker's like, hey, what's up? And the guy's like, hey, guys, my name's... And it just turned out to be just the biggest pain in the ass that we ever done. Yeah. So then we go back to the room, and they had these little walk over a little pond into the hotels. And back then, we would engage in hotel wrestling. Not like you saw in the back of magazines back in the day, you know what I mean? But yeah. Do you remember those with the girls? Yeah, of course you do.
You're aging yourself, buddy.
Yeah. So we're in there, and Henry goes, and I'm like, okay.
That's sign for let's get him.
So Mark unlocks his door, and as soon as he unlocks his door, we bum rush him. And like just get on him, just start wailing on him and everything like that. And then,
that's actually a separate story, but go ahead. Finish.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Gee, I'm on mushrooms. What do you want me?
What do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect? And so then we run back to our room and hide and everything. And then fucking door gets kicked in, and Cool Hand Luke comes walking in and commences to whooping the out of us, dumped us over, pulled the mattress over, and like trapped under there, and we're just all laughing our ass off. And I'll never forget this as we walk out, and you know how much minibar food and stuff is.
Yeah.
Right? So as he walks out, it was like a movie. Of course, this all could be in my head. But he walks to the door and turns and looks at us and opens our minibar and just shakes everything out of it, like $300, $400 worth of crap. Yeah. It was funny.
So
I feel like we had 6 stories.
That was 2 stories actually. Those were different. So the part in Tampa, the detached casitas there at the Hyatt. That was after leaving the bar with the guy out of Central Casting, right? So their Dragonfly has kicked in.
Okay.
Now, to get back to the casitas, they're right. You were right. They're little koi ponds that you had to walk over a little wooden bridge. Well,
is this Henry?
Yes,
Okay.
this is. So they're also the little tree, not the little tree frogs. The little ones are everywhere. I don't know if it was mating season or what, but they're jumping and chirping and everything. Well, Mark trips. He's tripping big time, and he gets on top of the bridge. It's just a little bridge, like a 3-foot bridge, and he has got a death grip on the bridge because these frogs are attacking him.
Yeah, freaking out.
This one's running around like, trying to grab him. He's trying to catch him. He's trying to catch him. Mark's terrified of him, and I'm trying to get both of these big bitches into their rooms.
Yeah.
And then I did. That's when I got the mini bar.
Attacked us.
The other thing, when they attacked me, when I was going into my room, they regretted that one because they attacked me and then they tried to run. They tried to run back to their room. Their room,
like friggin' 12-year-olds.
Yeah, these are grown men.
Yeah.
And they thought they got into their room, but I was right behind them. I was like, whack.
Awesome.
And then it was on.
Was there ever any moments where you thought to yourself, why do I hang out with?
I just came with the furniture.
It was one of those deals like you just had to be there.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It was a lot of fun most of the time. Yeah,
until the daddy looks.
Until the daddy looks come. When the daddy looks come, then it's like,
I'll pack my bags.
Yeah. That's what he said when he wrecked my motorcycle.
When he finally looked at me, I'll pack my bags.
It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go.
I'm gonna leave.
Just wrecked your motorcycle. It's time for me to go.
We only just put it on eBay. Literally.
I was just gonna sell it.
Yeah.
First bike I'd ever, when I finally got out of debt from getting into this business, that's the first thing that I'd ever bought myself, like new. My first new motorcycle.
And he wrecked it. And you wrecked it.
Yay me! Hey, great. In hindsight, great story. In hindsight,
we all lived,
stories.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
We all lived. It was
and apparently, I took one of the best backdrops in the
greatest backdrop ever. I mean, I'd never seen a man that big fly, take that kind of back and bounce and no sell it. Popped right up to his feet.
I'm okay.
I'm like, I don't give a whether you're not going to be okay.
Did not look at me. Yeah.
But that's real friendship right there.
Guess,
that's what you guys have developed over the.
That's a stretch.
I don't want to put him over, but yeah, he's been there when I've needed him the most. My mom got cancer, and I had to spend the last 2 months, with her every day. All the medicine. She couldn't take any more medicine. She would just lay in bed moaning, and I'm laying. I didn't sleep for a while or anything. But whenever he would, call and talk to her, it would like make her day. And you're the best, dude.
What was it like for you in the locker room with him? I mean, was it?
Well, I mean, I was kind of upset that he kept tagging along and everything, but I'm like, he's here, I might as well.
Because when you come up to WWF and you see him in the locker room.
Perfect example to your story. Yes, and then I got integrated into the group and everything. But then after Henry got hurt, microphone. Hi, microphone.
We're going to need to hurry.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Okay. So anyway, me and him were making out behind the dumpster, and this was the pros and cons of that. We traveled a lot together. He always paid for the rental-a-car. Usually bought all the meals and everything. And my job was like I always had to take the rental-a-car at the end of the tour back to the thing, and I had to spend my money on fancier hotels, but I got free rent-a-car and all that. And then I would get a little heat, sometimes from some of the others, like, oh, Taker's boy and everything, But
when you first got to WWF,
yes,
you go in the locker room. You're not part of BSK at this point. What was the relationship like with Taker? How did that?
Henry had already been there, so I was just like welcomed in to the family with that. So but it wasn't like intimidating or anything, because remember I had just spent from when I was 19, from 88 to 03 in a locker room with Blackjack Mulligan and Steamboat and Texas Red and
hey man,
I was trying to think of your other character.
Texas Red.
Yeah,
but I think it helped. I think the help situation because he came in to be Mark's partner. Mark was already established with us, so. It was just like the dumb little brother that
totally. And last member had to drink a whole bottle of Jack. Oh no.
So okay.
We
go into the Ministry of Darkness. You're Mideon at this point. Now you're working with him.
Yes.
Constantly.
I got a good one for that too.
So my thing with that, the question I had for you on this was,
why did I let him join the ministry with us? I don't know. He was there.
He's a soft-hearted guy.
I know.
How was it going from your you're in tag team with Henry and everything, going to where now you're almost attached to his hip in and outside of the ring. Did you learn a lot more about just the business of wrestling, and how did your professional career change?
We were around each other before that. It changed a little bit. Like I said, some of the guys would give me Bradshaw and that they would give me for, always being, with him and traveling with him and everything. I you couldn't pay someone to from 88 to 9 to then. I was so fortunate to be around Dusty and Steve Kern, Undertaker and Brett and all these guys and everything. So I, was just I sponged everything. And, they say locker room leader and all that, and it was true. If you had a problem, you went to him, and we had the courts, and those were fun. And when I met Melina, and she's like, "Hey, do you know me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. Why does Undertaker hate you?" That was the first thing I said to her. I was like, "No, I'm just joking."
I don't hate anybody. Why do people say I hate people? I had to.
Yeah, I know you had to lay down the law.
I had to facilitate a court hearing.
Yeah,
I was unbiased.
Yeah, like Judge Mershon.
How's your foot?
Half of it's gone.
Flipper.
It's halfway good.
Half of it's gone.
Tell that story. That's
okay.
fun.
All right. Well,
that's actually entertaining.
Okay. I'll get that. The other thing, like with working with him during the Mideon thing, one of my highlights, we did Madison Square Garden. We were the main event. It was me and him tagging, where I got to come out to the. Very rare. Does somebody get to come out to the Undertaker's entrance and everything? It was me and Paul against, I think it was Rocky and Mankind, and we're main event in the match. And I did all of the work for everybody because that was. They didn't want to do anything. So anyway, I got a great check. I was like, oh my God. But then I'm at his house in Tierra Verde, and I'm like, dude, I made like $3,000 for that. And I looked at his, it was like $75,000. Motherfucker.
That's
I did all the work.
A couple of zeros.
You are so full of crap. You're more full of crap than a Christmas turkey.
Did you feel like that those nights you had to step your game up because you were wrestling with him, or
I honestly, I never really had to try or thought that I had to step my game up, because the guys that taught me and the guys that I worked with, I always did. I around, I did a lot, but bell to bell, I busted my ass.
Yeah,
and I tried, And when he, for WrestleManias, he would fly me out to his place when he was on the, the lighter schedule, and I would work out with him in the ring for a little while. When Stone Cold broke his neck, they flew me to Steve's house, and I helped him. They brought a ring, and I helped him get back.
Oh wow,
and
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then the first Mania he didn't fly me out to his house was against Brock, and he lost. So. Maybe it was bad luck. I don't know.
What was in the bucket?
Okay, the Sunny bucket.
That y'all poured on Sunny.
Okay, I just did a podcast with Conrad Thompson like 3 days ago, and he mentioned that too. Okay.
This is not an original question then?
Oh my God, we've been asked this a million times. Okay. Usually the slot bucket was. Are we okay over there? Usually the slot bucket was milk, bread, and lettuce. Very harmless, and everything. So we find out we're going to slop Sunny. So we made it, Henry made it a little bit early, and then we, like 2 hours early. So then we walked it into the locker room and set it right down in the middle of the locker room and said, listen, everyone, this is going on Sunny tonight. Don't anyone mess with it. And then we disappeared for 2 hours and came back, and it was almost full. Yeah, so there was every bodily fluid probably was in it. I know peed in it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You don't have to mention names, but
Speaking of that,
there was excrement in it. I would
yeah. Oh, I'm sure there was. And another put over Hollywood movie type here. We're in Germany, and we're at a bar, and I don't want to say the guy's name, but anyway, me and Dustin are sitting there, and Dustin gets into the fight. Dustin, bless his heart, love him to death, gets into a fight with this guy, big German dude, right? And all my ears are bouncing and everything, and they're starting to go at it, and they roll behind the bar and everything, and I'm like trying to do it, and it's like the Roadrunner. I'm like caught up in it, and we get like through this back door, right? And you open the back door, there's the German guy and Dustin, and then there's a stairway going up, and the door's open, and like I see all these other Germans coming down. I'm like, well, this is how I die. And and then like a movie, the door opens and the backlight silhouette, he walks in, he's like, hold him, and I like grab the guy and like, you know, put him up against the wall. He smacks the out of whoever the other guy was, and the Germans didn't seem to have a problem after that, did they?
That's one version.
Do you remember that?
That's one version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one version.
That's what I say. Whenever I write a book, I want to do kind of like the unreliable narrator kind of thing.
The
most unreliable narrator.
Yeah, because my stories are probably way cooler than what actually happened.
I don't know, man.
The elves are helping you.
The elves are helping you.
They are.
Yeah.
So come on, Matt, give us stuff.
So your foot.
Oh, my foot. Okay. Okay, so 4 fractures in my vertebrae. I got no feeling for my
Why
knees.
you laugh at the man's foot?
Yeah.
You're laughing.
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
That's
handicap
rude. All right.
racism.
Handicap
racism.
He hates dolphins.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Flipper.
I'm a huge Miami Dolphins
go ahead,
fan.
Flipper.
Yeah, so I can't feel my from my knees down. And originally started because in cooking, it's like I said, I didn't learn about drugs and alcohol until I became a chef. Jokingly, but a lot of. But the work was so hard and so 10, 12 hours a day. I'm standing up, and I wore a hole in the bottom of my big toe, and because I can't feel it, I didn't really deal with it, and then it got a bone infection, and I had to take that off, and then
they had to take the whole toe off.
The whole toe off. And then I broke the 3rd toe and didn't know it. And it was broke so long it turned to dust and like poisoned me. And they had to take that one off, hence the flipper. And then the last thing, I was moving a speed rack. I don't know how familiar you are with restaurant stuff. It's one of those big rolling things that have all the shelves.
Yeah.
They're like 500 pounds full. The thing falls on my foot as I'm bringing it back in, and I'm like, so then.
How did you go? Okay.
So then I
that hurt.
finish up. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, I finish up. I go home, take my sock off. There's a toe in my sock. There's a toe in my sock. Random toe in my sock.
Whose toe was it?
I'm not sure. The elves. And then the other
small.
2 toes were just like shredded, so they had to, they took them all. There's no toe fairy. I put it on my pillow. Wow. Nobody showed up.
So you could actually have, I got a great new nickname for you. Mistletoe.
Mistletoe. That's great.
Are you leaving?
So let me ask you a question. I mean, BSK is very.
I'd rather you didn't. Go ahead.
BSK is very important to you, and it's very important to Taker and all that stuff. When was the last time you guys were all together?
Well, at his stuff, at his retirement, and then at his Hall of Fame. That's how you know you're over, when you can get the boss to bring all your friends in just to drink and hang out with you.
Yeah.
We have a group chat on Facebook that everybody keeps yelling at me about that you're not on. Me, Papa Jr., Savio, and Henry. And I'm like, I'll ask him if you want.
Okay, well, first off, what is a Facebook chat?
It's like a text chat,
Why don't
but
y'all
it's
just have
on
a
Facebook.
group text message then?
Can you not do that through text messages?
Yeah, but for some reason, Junior set it up. Junior's, he's Mr.
Is he Mr. Tech?
Mr. Facebook, whatever. I don't know. Yeah,
Matt, I have Facebook?
Do I got the Facebook? It's on the interweb. I'm pretty sure.
But you think I'm kidding?
When y'all were together though, the last times you guys were together, I've heard just over dinners and whatnot that maybe there was a little bit of Jack Daniels. Maybe
that was the retirement.
30 year
retirement. Yeah.
My 30 year. Yeah, that was.
That was, dude, and it was great because it's very rare now because with cell phones and everything like that, that we did what we did and there's no footage of it. Actually, I think Junior and Savio are the only ones that took pictures. And I saw him, and you were picking me up by my underwear, apparently, and laughing at me. And then I kept slapping you, and Godfather's like, he's going to you. I was like, it wouldn't be the first time.
So we hadn't seen, all of us hadn't been together
20 years.
Probably 20 years since all of us were together. I mean, we've been individually, and so they all come. Like you said, the boss was gracious enough he asked me who I wanted there. I told him who I wanted there. So then after we did the show, we end up back at the Hilton.
No, this was the night before. The real one was the night before.
When I came in. I came in, that's right.
Just us and Booker and Timmy. Yes. And no one was there. And then we get to the show the next day, and everybody's like, I heard about it. I'm coming tonight. I told them to change my ticket. Da, 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 da.
That's right. And it was just like we picked up 20 years ago, and everyone pretty much acted the same way that they did 20 years ago.
As I feel ended up,
which basically means me and Godfather are putting people to sleep.
Oh yeah,
having to take them, put them in their room,
not putting them to sleep,
taking them to their rooms, and fighting through their belligerence. They're falling down on the floor. You have to help them up.
Yeah. Was this mainly the Godwins that you were having?
Basically, and I think Timmy White.
Well, yeah, Timmy was. Yeah, he was. Timmy was sitting there. God bless his soul. Timmy was standing there. And we were going hard. It was like 20 years earlier. We were going hard, and I wasn't in that kind of shape, but
none of us were. I hadn't drank in forever.
Oh, I could tell. And Timmy's just standing there, and we're talking. We're like in a little semicircle talking. Nothing to really kind of to hold on to. And then Timmy just goes. He does like the Nestea plunge right onto the floor. Whack.
Oh.
He was done. He was gone, man.
And he owns a bar.
Timmy drank.
That's
Andre.
how hard
Timmy took care of Andre.
That's how
Where were y'all at? Were y'all just like at a hotel bar?
Yeah, we're at the Hilton Hotel Bar.
Yeah. But nobody, it was cool. They left us alone. It was
stayed open for us.
It was Rikishi, Godfather, Savio, me, Henry, and him, and Booker T, and Timmy White. And I think that was it. And
there was a couple of crew guys there too.
A couple of crew guys. Yeah. And the most Undertaker saying that I've ever heard in my life was the next day. I got to the building, and I might have had too many that night when he put me to bed. I walked into the building, and I walked out to the ring, and he's like, arms on the rope. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry.
He got the dad look.
Yeah, I got the dad look again. And then we get back to the bar for the second night where everybody has decided to stay because they want to see what this is all about. And the dude told me, he goes, dude, so there was that many people, 6, 7, 8 people. He goes, you guys drank 10 bottles of Jack. I was like, holy shit. I went to him, I go, dude, the guy said we drank 10 bottles of Jack. He goes, I guess we're getting old. Like, oh, fuck yeah.
That's so great.
Oh, yeah.
All of y'all together back in the heyday, how many bottles of Jack you think? If it was going to be a hard night, if you were going to go.
I'm up for a bottle of 101 alone.
It depends. So you have to think, though. So what was there?
Well, this is the thing. We go to a bar, and he would buy the bottle of Jack. And in bars and restaurants, you have to, if you buy the bottle, you're buying it according to there's 32 shots in a bottle, so you're paying for 32 as opposed to your bottle of Jack is $30
and some, yeah.
And he's paying like $300, $400. Yeah.
And then it would get to the end of the night where they make last call, and then you just order like, all right, I want such and such many Coors Lights and give me 30 shots of Jack.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, are you what? Yeah. There wasn't usually none left on the table.
And going back to the product nowadays, I've been asked this, like, who do you think would be a BSK on the current roster? I'm definitely throwing Drew and Damian in there. I think they would have been pretty good. Wow, Drew, Damian.
BSK is more of a outside of the ring thing in the sense of like,
so had nothing to do with.
Yeah, I mean, are those guys?
No. I mean,
Are those guys outside of the ring? Do you think they?
I talk to Drew and Damian probably every 2 weeks, and yeah, they're good dudes. They're stand-up dudes. You personally know them better than me. I mean, Drew's awesome. Mm-hmm. Damian has just come along guys. Like freaking gangbusters.
Is there anybody on today's roster that can cut it?
No.
They could cut it? That's a different story. Now, we're just talking about alcohol drinking here. You got to remember, back in those days, there was several other accoutrements that we... accoutrement that was added, as my partner would call it, the rainbow stew, and other things, Did we mention the dragonflies?
The dragonflies, I've heard about them.
I'm a big fan of the hallucinogenics.
So no one on today's roster for you can...
I don't know.
You just don't know them outside the ring.
I don't know them well enough. I mean, I'm friends with everybody, but I don't know that.
Yeah. That's it. Keep secrets. Not keep secrets. Just don't put our business in the street.
Yeah.
In the street.
I usually give you a lot of. I give you a lot of.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Really? So a lot of times what happens, like when your wrestling run is over, like a lot of guys don't realize that their run is over and you have to transition. I have to give you credit that you were smart enough to transition, and believe it or not, he is quite the chef.
That's what I hear. Yes.
Rattle the pot and pans.
I mean...
How did you get into cooking? How did that become a thing
My
for you?
grandfather was a butcher. My grandmother was a dietitian for a hospital. All the restaurants, or all the jobs I had as a kid were, in food. And then I went to, when I decided, I went to the fanciest, best restaurant in town. And I was like, hey, can I talk to the chef? And they're like, well, here's the application. I'm like, well, the problem with that is it's going to be blank for 18 years I was doing something else. So they said, okay, come back tomorrow. That was Chris Pont, who is got an empire in Tampa now. And he took me under his wing. He was an instructor at the Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, and said, save your 40 grand. I'll teach you everything you need to know. And now I make fancy little foo-foo food. And the last 3 years before I had to stop was strictly sushi.
He would call me up or send me pictures and talking to me about food, and I was like,
I don't know.
I got nothing. Show me the
or directors or movies.
I'm always getting movie recommendations.
Yeah.
But
documentaries is what I get from him.
I remember when I came into town once, and we went out to dinner. We went to the steakhouse. What was the steakhouse?
Charlie's.
Yeah, we went to Charlie's and had, and then.
The wine?
Yeah, the wine. He's going through all the wines.
Wait till tonight, brother.
You're a wine guy, huh?
I like
he
a
whined
red.
about this. He whined about that.
Let's get it to me in a second. Not white. I don't like white wine.
Racist.
I know. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah. Amy's trying to get me into wine, and we went to Switzerland, and it was all like white wine and stuff. We went over to the vineyards.
That's all the white wine's got more sugar in it, right?
Yes.
Right. So it's good for you as red.
Yeah.
I just wasn't
All
a
of
big
it
fan
does.
of the wine.
Bourbon has the most sugar in it for you, but hey, I'll take an extra insulin shot. I'm not giving that up.
You know, what is a sommelier?
Somalia,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy. Coming from a guy with his own vineyard or wine or whatever.
Vineyard would be a stretch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be that's
How was your wine?
swill.
Are you a fan of it? Is it good? Oh, really?
I wouldn't. Oh, that's awful,
I saw it on you and Steve. I saw you guys.
dude. I wouldn't take paint off of that.
Bring it to the restaurant tonight. I would love for us to
I'd rather you
all
didn't.
enjoy a nice glass of
I
your,
only have one bottle of it.
Yeah. It's eating
And you're
through-
saving
it's
the
eating through
juice.
the label.
Yeah, I would. Ooh, I guess I don't need the juice, do
Yeah.
I?
No, the one I got him when we
I don't
went
want
to
y'all to get
Charlie's.
poisoned.
Yeah, the one I got him when we went to Charlie's is still one of my favorites. Everybody gets so hung up on price and everything like that.
The one he
But
got.
when somebody else is paying for
Somebody
it,
else
who
the one
cares?
he
well,
got me.
No, yeah. But no, I've had a bottle of $10,000 wine.
He's going to order
Yeah.
the most expensive wine.
The one he
tonight.
got me.
No, I've had a bottle of $10,000 wine, and I've had a bottle of $100 wine, and the $100 wine was better than the $10,000 wine.
You
got
dine with kings and queens.
ate pork and beans, yeah, baby.
Okay.
Yours was a 90. I think it was a 97 or a 99 Stag's Leap Artemis. Great vineyard in California. They actually have one of the
See how
best.
mature he
whites.
got when he starts
Yeah.
talking about food and wine. Now
It's-
he's just,
I
it's
mean,
like a different person.
I
I was showing Abe all my- yeah.
this side of Dennis.
I was
mean,
showing Abe all my food pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, you've sent you scroll through that.
I am fancy. You should see me with my chef jacket and my knives and plating. I showed him a picture. It was a kale wrapped sea bass that I poached for 2 days, and then there was a seafood consomme, which is just a liquid, and there's maybe 3 ounces of it in the bottom. It takes over 3 days to make that. And I did grilled peaches with that, and I think deep fried Brussels sprouts and all that. I like pretty fancy.
Same man that used to
Yeah, no,
run
that's
to the
weird.
ring wearing nothing but a fanny pack.
I'm a dichotomy. I'm not a normal
yeah,
person.
doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's like hard to imagine him running around with his fanny pack and then, over here.
Dude, when I was doing the Godwin thing, I remember one day we were in Nashville or somewhere, and we're in the ring beforehand doing stuff back then when you could do that. And we're like around, and it's like within a couple weeks to maybe a month of doing the Godwin thing. And I'm standing there, and I was like, and then I drop to my hands and do like a mule kick. He was like, what the is that? I was like, mule kick? He said, that's ridiculous. Do it tonight. So that became part of my reportoire.
Yeah. By the way, you have reached your F-bomb limit for
I'm
this episode.
sorry.
Okay. I'm just
Man.
It's like, does it that, baby? I apologize, baby. This is the way I talk.
That's the way you talk.
A fan sent in a question for you about this guy.
Oh, good. Let's
my
hear
God.
it. This will be good.
Like right now?
Well, they sent it in. It's been a few weeks back.
This was
but
from 98.
Daniel
Dinner Web loves you.
Daniel Ragonga, I think is how you
You're
pronounce his
probably
last name.
saying that wrong.
Goes, love your Patreon and YouTube channel. I would love to know, was it uncomfortable to do the sacrifice on Mideon on Monday Night Raw? And on Monday Night Raw.
You answer, and then I'll tell you what I thought about the sacrifice.
No, I wasn't uncomfortable at all. There was many times that I would like to have taken a shark
Yeah.
instrument to him.
Yeah.
And
it has.
but no, it wasn't. I wasn't uncomfortable.
See-
It felt really natural.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Weirdo.
No.
Yes, I don't watch that. I hate it, mainly for the laser pointers 1A. And we had such...
Pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Laser pointer.
You watch it on TV and all you see is the friggin' red dots going all over.
Was that our production or was it
Fans.
people?
No. People, the
okay.
fans.
Yeah,
would
that was
bring
a
them
time
in.
where like the laser pointer thing was a big
yeah.
thing, and they
Well,
would
we
ruin.
had this entire thing planned out. Hollywood special effects people came. They were going to do a thing, and my hologram was going to rise to the roof, and it was all this big production, and all of their failed. And Richie, had to, on the last minute, our special effects guy made the knife and did all that. I think we could have done it so much better in hindsight.
Well, yeah, hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah,
but if their crap hadn't have failed, it probably
it might have been better.
It might have been great.
But we did some cool stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes he just thinks funny things.
I do, yeah. Two ministry things.
What did the elves
The elves told me. They reminded me. Like when Gangrel almost died, we hung him on that. Road Dogg was talking. I don't know if I told you this or you heard it, not that you watch other people's things. Okay. This is a story of the marriage of one, Mr. Prince of Darkness, the Undertaker, two, love of my life, Stephanie McMahon. Okay, we're there during the day. And Road Dogg is pissed about something like he always was and blah, 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 and gets mad at his old lady and throws the phone across the room, and I Spider-Man grabbed it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He walks over, he grabs it out of my hand and smashes it on the ground. And we had the Dragonfly sweet tarts. We had 7 of them. And he starts going, boom, boom. I'm like, Brian, stop. I don't want you to take, a million things. He's like, if you don't want me to take them, you better take them. So I took 3 hits of acid, and then we're going to walk out for we do the walkthrough with Vince during the day of the Stephanie marriage thing. And originally it was just supposed to be, we're all out there, Stone Cold hits, him and Mark go at it, everybody powders. I'm like, I can handle this. So we're out there and going through it, and as we're in the ring, everything's starting to peak. And so they're like, blah, 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 and everybody's going to powder. And then Austin goes, no, you know what'd be better? I'll come in, I'll go at Tex, boom, 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 boom. I'll hit him with a chair. He takes a bump. Me and Taker will go at it. Taker takes off, turns back around. Me and Tex go at it again, and then I stun him. And then he takes a bump out, blah, 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 and I save Stephanie and everything. And everything's just starting to come. And I'm like, okay. So I did the...
you did it.
On 3 hits of acid, yeah. Didn't miss a beat. I had to tell...
Makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, I had to tell Ron I was directing. And let me tell you, the lights were amazing that night. Great production.
Did you ever go to the ring maybe hallucinating?
Only that time. No, I was professional. I never got I never got some of these guys who would take all the pills or all this stuff beforehand. I love wrestling. I loved it, and I know how dangerous it is. So I always waited for him to get mad at me later that evening in the bar and stuff. Yeah.
One night I was far more dangerous.
Yeah. One night I was like, I took some pharmaceuticals and
which we do not advocate.
Yeah.
By the way,
we do not anymore. No, we don't. And I was like, and he was like, giving me the riot act, and we were somewhere playing pool, and I was just so relaxed that I was like, okay, I gotta get up, and I was just killing people on pool. So are drugs bad? They are, kids. Right now, my drug cabinet is diabetes medicine, heart blooders,
Yeah. Wow, man!
I know.
Have the mighty have fallen?
Don't worry, I've switched them with the hallucinogenics. So
this is your buddy.
We're done.
This
is it. This is the demise.
The demise. Anyway, the Road Dogg interview I did was his highest rated show, and people are still talking about it. So I don't know, maybe you get a couple extra sponsors. I saw Mark Henry call. I'll call somebody for you. I'll call my weed dealer. Hey,
I'm good.
you want a sponsor?
So when it comes to when you rank BSK members, Taker.
Oh, dear God.
What's your ranking system?
It's different.
How does your ranking system work here?
I'm going to leave on this one, yeah.
When we got to the bottom of the barrel where we were taking this guy.
We were like, seriously? We're stopping this.
We had to shut the books. We had to shut the books.
Shut it down.
Don't allow this to happen. Now, okay, he tells stories all the time of having to carry you to the room and all that stuff. Has there ever been a case where he was in that situation?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Always kept it
Yes.
together.
Well, okay, let me asterisk and preface it that by saying I was way worse than he was, so possibly, I don't know, yeah. He might have dropped me out to my room and then,
I can tell you no. Because I remember.
He was in control. I was in control.
I remember we were actually just in our hotel room once. There were like 4 or 5 of us, and we were drinking, and just in the hotel, not around anybody. And I accidentally, like, turned and knocked a drink over, and I got up and walked and left and went to my room.
Party foul. That's it. He's like, oh no, I knocked it over.
You're getting too far at that point.
Too far
For yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 bottles of Jack. Well, I guess we're getting old. Like I said, him and Canterbury, him and Henry tried their best, to keep me, but I was waiting till afterwards to keep me, on track.
Afterwards is a whole nother story.
Well, that was real.
Easy there, Miyagi.
I think it was real.
There's a fly around here, a real fly.
A real fly?
Yeah, there's a real fly
Thank
in the
you,
room.
Lizard Matt.
Yeah.
So have you wrote anything good lately?
Yes, I have.
What are you working on?
Actually, I keep going back to this movie that I say me and Chachi are writing, but I'm kind of doing all the writing. It's I think I told you about that. Okay, it's like 2 places. Say like a serial killer. For some reason, was carrying cross. The movie starts as a serial killer. It's all black and white and mysterious and dark and lightning and everything like that. And then the violence and all that. And then when he leaves and comes home, he opens his door. And when he opens the door to his house, boom, it's a sitcom. It's shot like a sitcom. Hey, honey, how was your day? Haha, the canned laugh and all that, and then, but it's all in his head. And, she's talking to him. He's like, so how was your day? And she's like slitting their kids' throats and everything. My stuff's on the darker side. I told him the other day I started doing a thing. Remember The Fan with De Niro?
Yeah.
I kind of like got notes on like this occult thing with like this former wrestler, washed up, who's like pissed at the world, Mickey Rourke, and the wrestler, if you will, who goes and it's with Liv, of course, and do kind of a fan and an obsessive fan thing, but kind of a cult and
obsession
and all that
fan thing.
Obsessive fan thing.
Go ahead.
Is that a vial or a glass crystal heart full of blood? Remember that lady that attacked Paul?
Yes, I do remember it.
Hilarious.
Don't digress. Stay on track. Stay on the choo-choo
stories.
Here.
Yeah. Yes. No, I've written outside of wrestling. My stuff. Let's see. I got that. I did this. I'm kind of doing a thing where I just take a bunch of mushrooms and then see what the next day. Ernest Hemingway said it the best. He said, "Write drunk, edit sober." So I just see where my...
That's actually...
That's probably not bad.
That's not a bad piece of advice. I mean, it is from Ernest Hemingway. So.
I kind of take it that, and
Do you
stuff.
ever, like, when you're sober and you're like, what?
Read it and go like, what the hell was I thinking?
What was I on last night? What did I do?
Yeah. And I go, this one's going to be good.
This one's going to be
This makes
good.
no sense. Mark will love it.
I'm going to send it to him right now.
Yeah. Well, see, I wrote a bunch of stuff wrestling-wise and gave it all to Stephanie like 20 years ago before I started cooking. And they used all of it, and I never got a job, so I try not to leak my stories. But I've got all kinds.
Do you watch wrestling with the mindset of how you would write the next storyline or something like that?
Yeah, I watch it as more than anything else as a fan. But yes, I actually did a thing. Brian asked me if I wanted to be a writer for NXT. I was like, heck yeah. And so then
it doesn't count if you drop the F-bomb first. Okay.
So watched like a month's worth of NXT tapings and wrote a bunch of crap and everything. And then I was like, oh, I'll send it to you. And he was like, they already filled that position. I was like,
how did you do what?
My words are valuable. Where's the camera? Hello?
They're all over.
Someone pay
all
me.
over the place here. So,
This is a real production.
It is a real production.
Yeah.
Tell them what you have to offer, man.
this is your opportunity. This is the #1 pro wrestling podcast in the world. This is your opportunity to tell all those people what you could be doing.
Now I froze. I'm very scared in front of crowds. And this room is full of lizard people right now. Anywho, what you're getting with me? A lifelong wrestling fan, extremely creative mind, someone who still to this, as of right now, is in contact with 5 to 6 of your top people that are working right now and have given them ideas that they like better than whoever's writing the stuff now. But, I was, maybe not a troublemaker. I never got in trouble, but,
other than with me.
Yeah, other than with him. But I spent the last 22 years showing up every day at a restaurant. I'm very productive. I'm single. I have a cat. I can leave and go anywhere you want me to go and do whatever you want. If you want samples, ask me. And please don't use them.
Samples
What kind of samples?
Writing samples.
Oh, okay.
But what I want to do is write and manage. I want to manage Liv. I think right now with the Revenge Tour,
You're really
well,
high
no.
on Liv.
Oh, I am, because she's phenomenal. There's always been the little manager and the little girl and the big guy. This is crisscross, face off. This is the big guy with a little girl, and I've got.
It's a crime in a lot of places.
Yeah, I've got.
Would you come back as
Thank you,
Mideon?
Diddy. I've got a great. I mean, I have, with every time they've changed what she's doing, I have rewritten for that. I've written stuff with for Shotzi, Carrion. I don't like what they're doing with AOP and Paul. It's like Vince is the higher power,
Is it getting watered down? You think?
Extremely watered down. For a while, it was like every wrestling entrance was like a Black Sabbath video. I'm like, all right, look, we had you, and the Brood, but everybody wants a cool entrance. Everybody wants cool music and everything. But so I'm trying to like bring it back from the supernatural. And I got a book. Of course I did. I got a lot of poetry books and everything. Nietzsche, Bukowski. Okay, never mind. On cults. And I'm kind of like turning it into more of a cult thing, because look at like Jim Jones, Dave Koresh, those guys. If you can get a manager or a figurehead in wrestling to get people like, I always wanted to, when I first came out, before it was announced that you kidnapped me and all that, when I came out to the thing and was like, oh, he's coming. I wanted to do this, and they said no. Remember the Omen, when the girl was up there and she was like, it's all for you, Damien. Mm-hmm. I wanted to, like, in the middle, somebody else is having a match. I wanted to like climb up to the top turnbuckle. And I'm like, it's all for him. And then just like Nesty plunge or like flip into the announcer's desk or something, some kind of violent attribution. But they said no. And I came up with this great entrance at that time that I really liked, and Kevin Dunn really, really liked it because he gave it to Hunter. But that's my problem. I mean, we did the Godwins, and then I came up with the Evil Godwins, and then I came up with the Southern Justice. They just keep using me. That's why I left and became a chef, a wrestling chef. Okay, if I wrestled for 17 years and I was a chef for 22 years, am I a wrestler who became a chef, or am I a chef who used to be a wrestler?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes, because it's between 2 pieces of bread.
No, it's only one piece.
It's only one piece of bread.
Well, you should know this. You're a chef.
Not a hot dog chef. You see my We don't let that crap in my house.
Oh, dang.
No, I'm going to tumbo you. Nothing in my house.
You gonna tumble
Nothing
me.
in my house.
My hot dogs have
So
a first name.
basically, you want a writing job with WWE, and you only want to write for Liv.
No, I've got stuff for Drew and everything. What I want is a foot in the door. I've told him I'll be a producer.
That's going to be tough.
Oh my God.
It better be a small door.
Handicap. Again.
Good thing is you can catch it right before it closes. So
I popped myself.
you just want to
No, I just want
in the
something
door.
to do because I can't cook anymore. Well, I can't spend 10, 12 hours a day in the kitchen.
Were you cooking
I'm
with your
fine.
feet or something? I mean, you should still be able to cook.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can cook. I just can't do it at that professional level anymore because that's, dude, you're talking 10, 12 hours a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week sometime. It was brutal. But, I just want something to do now. I'm bored.
And I'm being serious. So is it because of your foot or is it because of your back?
Everything. Everything's kind of going now. And I think, I don't know if I asked you about this or not, but like when I sleep, I have to sleep with a pillow between my legs. Like when I get up in the morning or like moving, my hip is like, it's always crackling and popping. And when I get up in the morning, this side is just like
Pain?
Oh my God, unbelievable, yeah. But I'm used to pain. More emotional than physical.
We need to send him over to Dr. Kenji.
You know Kenji.
Do I?
Don't you know Kenji?
I have no idea.
Candace's husband? California
am
chiropractor.
Terrible with
You would know
remembering names and
You would know. Maybe
faces.
not. Maybe you were already gone.
I might have been gone.
Maybe.
I might have been on
Kenji
my
could
other
get you
career
right.
by then. Yeah, I might have been on my other career. With dude, one of my highlights was I made the Cafe Pot where I started in Clearwater was down from HSN. Is that right? Home Shopping Network and CVS and that. So all those celebrities would come in and all the chefs would come in and they were friends. So I got to, meet and cook for Bobby, Emerald, Minkside, blah, 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 blah. I made a Yukon Gold white truffle flatbread for Wolfgang Puck, Mr. Pizza Guy, and he got up and came over to me. It was an open kitchen. And he was like, "You make this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he threw it at me. No, but he was very complimentary. Yeah, he was like, "You should quit. Take 2 weeks off. Come back."
You better
and
not be
quit."
using my lines, man.
That's crazy.
Crazy stuff. We're crazy town, man.
Crazy town banana pants.
So if you had your choice, had you rather be a chef or had you rather go back to
Wrestling. Yeah,
Wrestling?
I mean, that's what since I was little. My grandmother got thrown out of Fort Homer Hesserly Armory for attacking Tojo and Saito as on their way to the ring.
Maybe you've got some kind of residual heat from that.
Yeah, probably Japanese. Well, no, Fuji liked me.
No,
Actually, that wasn't Tojo, was it?
no. Fuji and Tojo are two different, completely people.
Did I do a racism?
Many times.
Do a race.
Did I do a racism?
Many times today. The funny thing is, though, is like I know for sure you're not racist, but you just
I'm half
say
Italian,
a lot.
half English. To anyone listening, I'm bored. Somebody give me a job, something to do.
OnlyFans, you could do a foot pic.
I already do.
Ooh, bruh. Just
No,
try
I'm not
it.
saying that you are subscribed to someone else's.
Dude,
You
this
should
guy,
have your
just
own.
try it. Hey, I got an idea. Just shave your head and put an eyeball on the back of it. Okay.
We're gonna have a really long run with the ministry.
No, I did this after I retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, you did that?
I did. Yeah, that's how you still. Okay.
Did you actually convince him to get the eyeball?
Well,
on
he
the back of his-
recommended it. Yeah.
Rib.
I'm very easily, influenced by others.
I can tell.
That's why I'm drinking this Monster Happy Dad, which I love. Happy Dad.
This
We're
episode
going to
is
have to pay the production team double that it's having to edit this.
I'm telling you, I'm your raccoon in a box, buddy.
well, it's about time to shake it.
Shake it and chuck that into a crowd.
Well, man,
Man,
anything else that we talk about is going to get me in trouble. So
yeah. So
I've got a feeling you're already going to get a phone call.
Yeah, probably.
We're really going to have to. You're going to really have to watch this episode before it airs. I think.
Yeah.
I would recommend not. Just throw it out there.
Just
better
put it out
to
there.
ask for.
Yeah, that doesn't work as much as anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting canceled, aren't they?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know Rene Dupree said that you were a bully to him.
What?
Yeah,
this is my source for the internet. Well, how did I bully?
Yeah. I have no idea, right? And I was around during that time.
How did I bully Rene Dupree?
Yeah. He said, he was a bully. That's my.
Is that your French Canadian accent?
Yeah.
I was a bully.
I don't know. He was not, and he was the most giving with his time. And yeah, I mean, there were certain people he didn't like. But no, yeah.
But you woke up in your bed every night, though, didn't you?
I did.
He took care of you. That's
or on the floor next to you, or one of the two.
Whichever.
Yeah. Well, but it's good to see you, man. Thanks for.
Are you kidding, man?
Thanks for making the trip out here.
I would do anything for you. 6 hours in Dallas yesterday in a layover.
There you
Could
go.
have drove here.
Twice.
And filmed 2 episodes.
I think we just did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would.
Maybe our last one.
You think probably our last 2, but
All right.
Maybe our last
hey, we went out with a bang,
brother.
brother.
Yeah, and Matt, I love you. You got a great guy here, and you're buying me dinner tonight. What else can I say?
You're going to be ordering the most expensive wine tonight, probably. So it should be great.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the wine. I'm going to keep the wine list on my side of the table,
close to the chest.
No.
Yeah.
It'd be like a Cheesecake Factory wine list. That's how big the freaking thing
Oh,
would be.
gee.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't care what color it is, as long as it's over $600.
Dennis, I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah, man. And
Matt, hit our sponsors up,
yes,
please.
I want to thank Happy Dad First Form, Wally X. We had some magic mind at the beginning of this episode to get us
like that.
through it, so that helped out a lot. Ashwagandha.
Yeah. I'm telling you, throw some ayahuasca in it. You really want to make some sales. Or Mad Honey.
Mad honey.
Maybe that's what you do to go be a chef for Magic Mind. But another great episode.
Or something.
Episode?
In the books.
We'll call it an episode.
Yeah, Mark, thanks for showing up. Being here.
It was against my will.
Yeah.
But everyone, please subscribe. Go over to our Patreon if you want to submit some questions for us to answer as well.
Potentially.
Yes, potentially. Hit that subscribe button, though. We appreciate everything, and we'll see you next week.
BSK.
BSK. Prescribe. Or subscribe.
Subscribe.
Sorry.